Remember the early 90s? Rob, Jim, Todd, Erik all drew hotties in their own unique styles. And TV had awesome shows like my favorite Acapulco Heat, Kung Fu and Babes on the Beach of Acapulco, or as my dad used to call it, Rob Liefeld has had enough criticism to last his life, so I'm going to do some research into the times and see what he must have used for his reference. And then draw a classic Liefeld babe. You might need to change into your 90s parachute pants for this. Quick history review. Cavemen had their desired shapes, the 1700s loved the hips as well, a drop in curves in the 20s, then the 50s gave us the hourglass figure, 80s was all about being skinny, and thankfully some curves came back into the 90s in the form of Baywatch. So you better believe these were on Rob's desk as reference. Okay, back up a little to the 80s where Rob drew Hawk and Dove. He has a good classic style here, almost channeling Mike Mignola in this one. A good foot digging in the sand here, and this twist of the butt is really well drawn. Back to Pam. All women know that just standing or walking is not sexy. There has to be some posing to show off the parts that guys are into. So let's check these out. Quick trace. So the torso, waist and hips. These are the hips, but because of the fashion of the 90s, this green part here is exaggerated. Also the popular poses were arching the back, get that round shape. So if you draw that from scratch and exaggerate it, you basically have a Liefeld pose. Not that strange if you see where it comes from, right? So let's make one. One of the reasons for this S-curve pose is that you can see boobs and butt at the same time. So I'm gonna twist the body even more so you can actually see more of the butt as well. So the 90s were not as much about the big booty, but more about the high waistline. So getting long legs by getting a few centimeters extra on the waist. Okay, the Liefeld face is super square, sharp cheekbones, super round breasts with that typical lighting. Classic fist clutching a huge sword. Fix that back leg. Okay, let's ink. Super thin lines. Small mouth. And Rob is the king of hatching, so yeah, the opposite of the Adam Hughes challenge. This will take longer. Okay, I get three-tone coloring, some Gaussian blur on the light. Okay, now that I flip it, the hips do not look right. Jane Fonda booty. Okay, let's call this one done. So yeah, the Adam Hughes one, just an outline, fuller booty. Fun to compare with some of the previous challenges. My new least favorite thing to draw is hair, because it takes so long, and if you rush it, it looks like that Storm one. Anyway, this was episode 78 in the 100 Artist Challenge. Rob Liefeld. Drop a like if you think I succeeded, and catch you next time.